God.
Recording in progress.
Oh, that was nice.
He's here.
Man. I like that.
Estamos recordando.
Recording in progress. Yeah.
It gives you the option to leave the meeting when you find out it's being recorded. And honestly, I thought about it.
You might have to. Yeah.
Hey!
He made
What's
it.
up, guys?
He made it.
What's going on?
How's it going, buddy?
Thanks for getting up early.
Wherever you are. Yes.
You're making your way up to the stage. Wait, we're sitting at home, so what could this be? Where's the interview part of the show? No, the interview part is the show. I said the interview part of the show. Just multiplied by 3. The re-edit interview. Yeah.
Damn,
With MC
Brad.
Lars, yeah.
That's sexy, man. Thank you so much for joining us here on Triple Team with Handsome Naked, the show where the greatest big three ever assembled asks rounds of questions to our opponents and arbitrarily claims victory by the end of the game. I'm your host, Chucho Pérez, and as always, I'm joined by my better 2/3, Brad Kemp and Eric Oren.
All right.
Yeah, today
That's
the scouting report on our opponent says that they're a rapper, producer, teacher, cartoonist, artist, and Stanford graduate. Coming out of Oakland, it's MC Lars.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning.
Hey, how's it going, man?
I'm happy to talk to y'all, and your format is tight. I've never been on a podcast quite like this, so I'm honored.
Good. Well, we're glad to have you.
Because our goal was to make a podcast that was exactly like every other one. So, yeah.
We tried. We failed at that. We fail at most things we try at, which is why we keep trying.
That's good.
All right, man. So you ready to jump into it?
Let's go.
Oh, so tip-off is about to happen. So how Triple Teamed with Handsome Naked works is all three of us are going to ask a different question each possession. You get to choose which one of our questions you want to answer. The only rule is if you answer one of Brad's questions, you'll have to sing your answer while he accompanies you on the piano. Do you have any questions, sir? Doesn't matter. Let's get started.
Round one. I'll start. My round one question is this. When's the last time you slept outside?
Ooh, fun. I'm going to go with something that you hate that everyone else loves.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. I think you might like this one. Pitch me a superhero franchise with Rosie O'Donnell playing both the villain and the hero. Different characters, of course. What are their names and powers, and how does one kill the other?
I'm going to have to go with Eric's question as much as I love the other two. As much as I love the other two, I think the Rosie O'Donnell movie would be called The Bureaucrat, and she would have a dichotomy, one of which is someone who doesn't play by the rules and doesn't need to get things certified by the county, and the other one who's very by the books, and they never get a project done because they're always going loggerheads.
Stuck in the red tape of whatever system they're in.
Wow.
Wow. How does one
office.
Rosie kill the other?
I guess the kind of anarchist one would like delete all her spreadsheets, and that would cause existential despair, and she'd short out.
Jump off of a government building that's 3 or 4 stories tall.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. That was such a good, thorough, and immediate response. I'm floored.
I was thinking of what I would have answered to that question, and yours was way better.
Way better. And it was so concisely prepared as well. I mean, I wonder if anyone else has ever asked you that question.
I wonder if it's a real movie already.
Guys, I've been Googling, and no, I'm just kidding. But quick follow-up. You make comics, right? You're a comic person, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, wait. I have to pick the right question, right? I can't just answer.
Oh, no. I was just asking you follow-up. We're not into round 2 yet.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries. This is a follow-up. This is like a rebound.
Yeah.
I draw a webcomic called 27th Street, and it's not like superheroes. It's kind of like Tumblr-based, kind of surreal comic. But yeah, that's super fun. I'm a big fan of comics medium. You feel me?
We'll definitely make sure it's linked as well in this episode when that happens.
Thank you.
Of course.
Are you a fan of comic strips, comic books, or
More comic strips. That's a very good question. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm coming up with ideas for future questions.
Well, yeah, because the reason is because like I knew what you meant when you said comics, Brad. But like if someone were to say comics, I would either think comedian, I would think comic book, and then comic strip would be third on my list. So I just thought that was like an interesting,
like the ball of fire in the sky that everybody looks for.
Yeah.
Cool. It's time for round two. Round two question would be this. By the time this comes out, your album just dropped. So my question about it is, you play guitar, clearly, I'm pretty sure. Who's your favorite guitarist? And you'd have to sing your answer.
Okay. I want to know the answer to that question, so I don't even want to. Okay, so my question is, you play guitar, I believe. So who is? I'm going to go with what's the most common thing you do on your phone to waste time?
Okay. And my question, of course, is which do you find more sexually interesting? Okay, you don't have to have sex with either thing, but which one is more sexually interesting to you? Okay. A young Diane Keaton with a ref whistle and turf shoes on, aka Diane Cleaton. Or Mario Lopez suspended in extremely high frame rate, aka Marios Lopez.
I'm going to answer Brad's musical question as much as I love all these questions.
Do you have a style you want me to play in?
Let's do blues.
Ooh, yeah.
My favorite guitarist. He comes from Aberdeen, Washington. He took his own life at 27, and he's got to be a man with a great resume. His name is Kurt Cobain. He's got great chord styles, and grunge music will never be the same. His name is Kurt. Oh yeah, Kurt Cobain, the left-handed guitarist. That's him. My answer is so long.
Yes, dude.
Yeah,
I love that one.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
that was fun.
I liked it. Was like jazzy, although. People will know that who listen to and watch our show. I never listen to the words of my own answers, unfortunately, because I'm so busy making sweet tunes with the guest. So, but I did hear you said Kurt Cobain, because that was all I needed to hear was a word. What do you have a favorite song? Obviously, just so iconic and amazing.
Oh man, probably a song Opinions, which is like a deep cut rarity from a box set from years ago. Yeah, I think that's great. That's a great song. Because he's there's so much to say about Nirvana, but bringing the essence of guitar playing to just a few chords, I think is really great. It's like cartooning. It's about less is more, right? In a way, you can say the same thing like simply. Yes. That's what I love about Cobain. You feel me?
Do you find that he also influences your music, or is he more like, I like this but he doesn't? Because there's obviously musicians, as like a fellow musician, like there's so many people that we're like I'm super influenced by them, but then I also have my favorite musicians who I'm like, no, I don't make anything like them, but I just like them as a musician. Is Kurt Cobain like an influence, and we hear it? I mean, I think we hear some of it in your album, but
I think that what's interesting about Nirvana is they were the first like pop punk band. They weren't like, people don't call them pop punk, but they took like hardcore and underground music, gave it a pop melody, and that opened the doors for anything that was not hair metal. You know what I mean? So
and catchy,
catchy. Yeah, the melodies. I find it's like really having a good melody is really important.
My question.
That's what Nirvana taught me. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in on you there. You had a very interesting thing going, but I have a question as well. I have a really great graphic tee with Kurt Cobain on it. Do you think it's appropriate that I call it Shirt Cobain?
I think that's great. I think he'd love that.
I just wanted to make sure.
Let's go to round three. Let's go to round three.
I wanted to make sure it was okay with him.
That's right.
My question for round three, and remember, you'd have to sing it. We all remember. You just did a beautiful song. Is paper or cloth napkins?
What is a weird skill that you have?
This is one of my greatest hit questions, and you've done so well so far. It would be a shame if I didn't at least try it out on you. And not everyone answers it. My question is
Thankfully.
this: what would weigh more, a bowl full of sausage, a bowl full of bacon, or a bowl full of oatmeal? Part 2: which bowl would you eat? Part 3: which bowl would you keep? And part 4: which bowl would you use?
Right. Okay. And well, I think I'm going to, no, check this out. I'm going to answer Chucho's question.
Okay.
But it's going to somehow tie in to Eric. So I think it's a skill I have.
You might get a foul for that. We'll see.
A skill I have is being able to imagine what arbitrarily selected bowls might weigh, but they're not bowls of bacon or sausage or oatmeal. They're bowls of feathers or bowls of pins for merch or hats, because I have to ship merch constantly. So I'm able to know what things weigh.
God,
so that's a skill.
like follow up.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I was like, so you just go around to all the coffee shops, how many beans are in this jar, and you just get all the free coffee.
Exactly. I never paid for coffee in my life.
Yeah.
The beginning of that answer did absolutely tie in to my question, and it almost killed me. It was too good.
Right. You know, it's the interesting thing about being a comedian is a lot of time when a joke starts, you know where it's going. So that's why a lot of time comedians will just be like, oh, that's funny, instead of laughing, because they're like, no, I got there before you did. I saw it.
Oh.
I had no clue where the hell you were going with that one.
That was a 3-pointer. I'm going to have to give. That was a 3-pointer. Foot was behind the line. That was a full-blown 3-pointer.
Yeah, and the foul. And
the foul. It might have been a 4-point play.
Okay.
We'll see. There was no follow-up, so we'll see.
Boys, we're behind. We need to get back. This is round 4.
I don't know.
Scene 4.
Well, we definitely need to score some points here because he's doing
let's score
pretty
some
well.
points
Oh
here.
God, yeah.
My question is this: you mentioned several times on the album, should I buy Bitcoin and why? And you'd have to sing about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Okay.
I will, just for the sake of continuity, also do an album question. The first track on your new album is called Bigfoot Left the Bay. So do you believe in Bigfoot, and why? Do you got a good Bigfoot sighting story from your college days up there?
Yes, the Squatch. My question is, I just really wanted to say. I wanted to say that. Which nonfiction character from history would you cyberbully if they were alive today, and what would be like your content? Like, how would you get at them?
Wow.
That's a good question.
I'm gonna go with Eric's question for this one.
Yes, God, I fucking rule.
Non-fiction, so like an actual person who lived. Yes,
Yeah.
that's obviously what you meant.
Historical nonfiction.
I would cyberbully Napoleon and tell him he doesn't need to compensate for his like self-perceived lack of stature or whatever it is by trying to like cross the Alps in an inefficient, dangerous way.
Well,
Don't put others in
totally.
harm's way because you feel bad about yourself, right?
What social media platform would you get at him on?
I DM him on Instagram, bro.
Be like,
with
you're
elephant
short.
emojis.
You're short, but like, don't kill people over it.
Well, see, I need some context for this conversation, because if you're talking about Napoleon living now and then you're cyberbullying him now for his height, then yes, that would be appropriate. But it's actually something that it's actually not true that he was short. He was actually an average height man for his time. So the Napoleon complex is a misnamed nomenclature. Yeah, he was like 5'6" or something like that, which was normal height for a man.
Wow,
Get
how
him.
did that? I wonder how that fake rumor came about, so that he could write back, check your facts, Lars. What's wrong with you?
Right, exactly.
So he gets real tough back. This little, but maybe it's just anyone who's that age has got the Napoleon complex. There's just not that many other dudes that made a big splash and killed a bunch of people that we complain about their height.
And he seemed to have a little neck, so maybe when you see a painting of him, it's just like, that looks like a short.
No, that was
fucking
just his
dude.
ruffles. He wore a lot of ruffly stuff.
He was
wore
ruffled.
ruffles.
Oh, Brad,
right?
your hand's been up. I apologize.
Follow up. So a lot of times when you DM somebody on IG, it goes to the hidden one. So he's not going to see it. This dude's popular. Okay, he's popping off. He's in the poll.
He's a blue check.
He's the blue check. And
So is Lars, though.
I mean, so
Yeah,
are
but
you,
no-
I'm
Napoleon-
saying he's not going to see it though, because he probably doesn't follow you back, and like, because that's just
Right.
not. It's not
Oh
about
yeah,
you, it's about him.
the only person Napole follows back is the Squatch.
course.
Nepal and the Squatch
My
are in a
question-
sick band, actually.
My question was this: how are you going to get his attention? I think you got to make I think you got to make a track towards him, or like put something on YouTube.
Yeah,
It's like
a
public that gets
Napoleon
some
diss.
attention.
Do I have to sing this answer, Brad?
No. I mean,
Just another follow-up.
Just a follow up.
Yeah, I would do like a 30-second song, and hopefully Brad would compose the music, and then he'd have to love it.
He
and then
would.
we're good.
And he already does follow Brad, so at least if he could always he
That's
can
what's
always
up.
we
get
worked
a
on our
deal.
first album together, and then never came out. He didn't want to put it out.
Yeah, it was Nepal, the Squatch, and Kurt Cobain's ghost that were trying to come together.
Okay, it's time for the fifth inning. The fifth, I believe. My question would be this one. How do you feel about allergies? And you'd have to sing about it.
What is the worst fashion trend that you participated in?
Which current professional baseball team do you think would make the best synchronized swimming team, and why?
I'm going to go with Chucho's answer. Question, and I'm going to say for a period from like 2003 to 2005, I wore like the same Def Jux trucker hat everywhere, and that was my first tours. And I don't have it anymore, but yeah, I was definitely rocking the trucker hat. 20 years
Follow-up
ago.
question: what happened to the hat? A great hat is hard to come by.
Yeah, Eric loves gas station hats. So
I think I gave it to a fan or something on a tour.
Oh,
At the end of a tour, and I
So
wonder. Yeah, I don't know who. No, I don't know who has it now.
so you're one of those really nice, good, sweet people who gives your stuff away instead of is a
So if you're
selfish
listening
person.
now and you're the person who has his hat, send
His
it
heart
back.
is broken. His heart is absolutely broken. He needs it. He's a man who is a shadow of his former self without his hat. The Def Jux trucker hat has got to come back.
Yeah. No, or if you find it, just post a picture of it in the comments or on Twitter, tag us. So that'd be cool. And maybe Napoleon will see it.
That'll
Hey,
make him-
throwback.
And
That'll make
yeah,
us all clammy. That'll make us all a little bit clammy if you post a pic. Just post a pic.
Post a pic of it.
Post a pic of it. All right. Where are we at now, Brad?
Round set. I lose track. I think it's 7. All right. I'm going to do another album related question because it's on my brain. You'd have to sing this one.
Okay.
What is blockchain or the
Oh.
blockchain? And you'd have to sing it.
He could just rap. He could just do a song.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's my question.
So sure, I'll do another album question as well. I don't really understand the funny money, and you have a couple references to it on your album. So my question is, can I have one?
Actually, my question is, can Chucho have one? And if you can't, tell him why.
Yeah, explain to me why that doesn't work.
I have to go with Eric's. Question
Okay, yes.
because
I
because
win.
it will also tie into Chucho and Brad's
Oh,
question.
shit, he's going to shoot a 3.
Just like anything that we agree upon as a species, everything is just like agreed consensus about mythology, right? Like $1 is $1 because we're all like, oh yeah, that's worth half a soda or whatever. The blockchain is just a way to like digitally share trust and have two computers be like, okay, this is $1. Cool. It's $1. Thanks. But then in a day, it might be 50 cents, and then it might be $1 million the next week. I don't know. So in that case, Chucho, if I were to give you like a full Bitcoin, that would be like multi-year salary. And
Thanks.
I think not that you don't deserve it, I just don't have it to give you. So, but you would deserve it. Yeah. So you could have one if I had an extra one.
Wait,
I could use multiple years salary. Yeah,
Funny
that'd be
money
cool.
is Bitcoin?
Is that what you meant?
Yes.
I've never heard that
Absolutely.
term before. Am I
Can I have-
stupid?
That's not what people call it. That's what I call it.
Follow-up question.
It's
Can
that
I
funny
ha-
money.
Can I have a Dogecoin?
You can have a Dogecoin, yes. You can
What's
have a few.
All right. We're in business. All right.
I don't have any though, but I could get you some.
Okay,
I know
cool,
some
cool.
people. Yeah.
Just
Can
get
you just
any of the
can you
bank
send
apps.
me a screenshot of literally anything and just call it an NFT and then I'll have it?
It depends where you host it, but sure, of course. I got you.
It depends where you host it. Spoken like a true modern man of current modern media, and that's what we love about you, Lars.
I had a follow up and I totally lost it.
Totally lost it.
Ooh, well, that's a foul on you, Brad.
Yeah.
It's a foul for even saying that you lost it.
I don't have
Foul
our
on Brad.
whiteboard. I don't have
Foul
our
on Brad.
whiteboard.
That's Brad's not doing well this game, but that's okay. What are we at? What are we at?
I think
Where are
we
we at?
definitely have time for at least one more question before our final round and
Great.
a chat towards the end. So let's do
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
whatever this round is. It's round number
Six,
N.
seven.
N.
Seven.
N-
Round
N
N.
means insert.
yeah.
Round N.
That it is. Okay.
Round-
So
Well, it's the blockchain term.
Round N.
It just is that number.
who? Okay. So my
Right?
question would be this, and you'd have to sing about it. Who is your biggest? We talked about music. Who's your biggest comedy influence?
Okay. I will also have an album question. You have some references to Greek mythology on your album, specifically Titanomachy. So I was curious that if you were there at the time, at the war fought at Thessaly, which side would you have been on?
Not a bad
Ooh,
question.
Great question.
Yeah, thank you.
Great
Yeah.
question.
He's going to want to answer that one, but I got a good one too. It's also super highbrow. Would you rather be a free Wi-Fi port that when people could connect to you every time they do it, it hurts? Or you have to plug yourself in to charge every 6 hours, like you personally, and the plug is in your butt, and that also hurts.
I'm going to go with Brad's question.
Cool.
Okay.
Do you have-
I'm just going
do
to
you have
ask
a-
mine again.
Do you have a style you want me to play in?
Can you do? Let's see. Can you do like
Kurt Cobain?
Yeah, like grunge. How's that? The comedian that I think is sick was popular overseas. His name was Bill Hicks. He liked to smoke and make fun of people's decision to have children. Every time he got up on the mic, Hicks was killing. Bill Hicks, my rant in E minor. There's nothing finer. Hey! Oh!
What?
I
You-
love
you
Bill
perfect
Hicks.
No, that's his album. It's called Rant in E minor.
pitch? It was crazy.
Well,
I
you
was
were-
playing. I was in E minor.
Whoa.
That's tight.
That was so.
That
mean,
was
crazy.
crazy.
That's what I was going to say because I have perfect pitch. So I was going to bring that up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Stupid. Wait,
Don't
a
know why
follow-up.
that's funny.
Chucho
who-
once
who
threw a
dat?
good
I
pitch
don't-
in baseball.
No,
That's-
wait, my follow-up is who dat? Because I
Bill
Hicks?
Hicks? You don't know Bill Hicks?
I'm sorry,
Brad?
you guys.
That's another foul. Foul on Brad. That's a second foul.
Foul. Technical.
Well, he
One
was
more and
big
you're
in like the
fucking out.
80s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He,
Mhm.
he was a
born
big,
in
like-
90s. Okay, I'm not old, guys.
he was a big, kind of culturally and like politically critical comedian
I've heard the name
in that
before.
era, and he was kind of a Lewis Black precursor in the sense that he was loud and yelly.
Yep.
And,
I
and
think
curmudgeonly.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
curmudgeonly in a sort of loving,
I think
lovable way.
in the song that was just done, I believe it was described perfectly when it was described as Bill Hicks
Pickup sticks.
was against people having children. Is that what I think that's how it was worded in the
smoked
song?
and
He was against people having children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a whole bit about how your children are not special,
Uh-huh.
and it's very funny, very classic.
Yes.
And he was loved. He was loved like in England and Australia more than in the U.S. One of those
For sure.
characters because he was ahead of his time.
Yeah, and he was very critical of what Americans are and do and how we deal with everything in society. But yeah, great call.
So he was
Love
ahead
Bill
of his
Hicks.
time. He was ahead of his time.
So that's 2 fouls for Brad. We're actually getting close. It's
attack.
getting close. It's a pretty close
Yeah.
tie at this point. I
Close
mean,
game. Okay, but
we're
you
gonna
guys
need
said
to rack
you
up
guys
some
said
points.
You guys
Yeah.
said you had another one you wanted to ask. So should we do one last round?
one
And then
last
we'll
one.
do the
Sure,
one
man, let's get it.
One more quickie, and then
We,
the
we
last
got,
one.
we got it.
Sure.
Our sponsor Zoom doesn't cut us off till 40 minutes. So,
Yeah.
we're good. We're at about 27. I would guess.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're good. We got one more for
We
sure
have time
then.
for one more, and then here we go.
Yeah.
My question for you would be this: shirts or pants or extra long PJ shirt, and why?
Wow.
Nice.
What movie would you want to star in the remake of?
All right. You're a janitor living in a bedroom of a senior citizen's guest house in rural Iowa. What color ink would you write your apocalyptic manifesto in? Why? And what's the first sentence?
I'm going to go with Eric's question.
Yes.
I'm going to use orange ink.
Nice.
And
Gel
the first
pen.
I'll use a gel pen. And the first line is I hope this paper survives the carpet bombing.
I just like that you actually remember to answer the real question. What color is it?
Yeah.
Because most people skip over that immediately and go, "Oh, I think it would be about this." And
Without throwing everyone else we've ever had on the show under the bus, I think you're probably 3 or 4 times smarter than everyone else who's ever been on it.
And on the show currently.
Yeah. Chucho hates it, but it's true.
You have great questions. Great questions that are like they stimulate interesting thoughts. So that's props to y'all for that.
We just all got a book that was questions to ask on a first date, and we're just going through those. So
No, we wrote a book, questions to ask on a first date. That's what the show's about. All right, so that's so is it time for our final round?
I think it is.
Oh, all right.
Do we want to do the plug zone before the final round, or I don't remember. What's the deal, guys?
Yeah, let's do a plug before the final round.
Plug-ola.
We'll save it.
It's a timeout. Yeah. It's the 7th inning stretch or whatever the equivalency is.
Yeah.
So we want to just give you a chance to plug whatever you'd like to plug. And we assume in this case, it's your album, your brand new album. We'd love to give you a chance to talk about that.
Yeah. You're kind enough to give us a preview.
Well, okay. Thank you for letting me talk about it. My new album is called Blockchain Planet. I recorded it during the first year of the quarantine. It's about becoming a father. It's about the decentralized internet, and it has songs about Sasquatch, H.P. Lovecraft, and the Gold Rush in one album. And I'm really happy with it, and it's out now. So check it out. Oh, and we sampled Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus for my David Foster Wallace Infinite Jest song, which is the first video coming out in January. That's what's up.
That track called Finite Jest, right? I love that. I was like, yes, dude.
And also, just for those listening, when I was listening to the album last night, I went down and just wrote some of the, common themes that are on every rap album that you also touched on. And so what I came up with was Bigfoot, cryptocurrency, a couple of book recommendations. Most rappers claim cities. You made a song about a county, H.P. Lovecraft, Ethereum, central banking system, pen pals, New Zealand, and Greek mythology. So, just those common tropes that we all rap about.
Wow, you should be my publicist. I should hire you, Chucho. That's great.
Some rappers go on other people's shows and they're like, I'll put you, I'll co-sign you guys, or I'll put you on tour. This guy comes on and offers to give me Dogecoin. I mean, how much better could it be than that?
Well, he did refuse to give me some funny money.
That's true. That's true, but you're irresponsible with your finances and everyone knows it. My question for you is this, also regarding your album. Are you guys planning on taking it on tour? Are you guys going to do shows? A show? I say you guys. I mean you. Are you planning on taking it on the road?
Good question. We did we did a 2-month run in the last fall, and it was great, even though it was kind of terrifying time to be on the tour. And I'm going to England in May, and then probably doing some shows next fall. So yeah. When the time's right.
Cool, man. Well, if you end up coming through Chicago, let us know. We're happy to help out and get butts and seats and help promote and bring shine to you, because we can't wait.
Yeah, man.
Y'all be on the guest list, obviously.
Love it.
All access.
Good. I'll be there. I'll be there with a press pass in my hat, old fashioned style. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I wish I could. I'm busy.
That's tight.
All right, so we ready for our final question?
I think we are. This is how we end every show.
Check the link. We'll have links below for all of this, and
all of that will be linked in the episode.
Everything else too.
Absolutely. So our last question is the same for every opponent, and it's honestly the only thing that any of us care about. It's the actual sole reason that we created this entire show. The final question for you is: marry, fuck, kill Brad, Eric, Chucho. Full
Wow.
descriptions of all reasoning.
All details,
Required.
reasoning, how you're going to kill, how you're going to marry, why, all
In
of it.
under 8 minutes.
I'm going to have to marry Brad because he's a great musician. We got to make music.
Yep.
As everyone does.
Solid choice. That's that overwhelmingly popular
Yes.
choice.
Just the music's tight. Chucho, I'm probably going to have to be physically celebratory with you because you just are sassy and wonderful.
Yeah.
And Eric, I'm going to have to kill you, but it's going to be really hard because I don't want to, but it's the game and I don't want to actually do any of these three things. But I have made my mind up. And
How are you going to kill me is the question. You
Yeah.
got to tell me how. Give me the details.
I'm going to leave you in a truck, a hot truck in Arizona and lock it and leave you there for a week, bro.
He's going to bake me. I get it.
dark.
Wow.
The reason I said
No, I
this,
love it.
I watched the Tiger
Did you
King
just watch
season
Tiger
2.
King 2? Me too, dude.
And it's sad. That's a sad
Yeah.
end for some
So
Tigers.
sad.
So no disrespect to the
Ooh,
Tigers. or you, Eric.
damn.
No,
And
but
spoiler
I'm
alert.
that almost would make me feel like I'm in some way honoring the memory of the tiger. So that's a great way to
But
kill
also,
me.
can't you imagine that for the last like 15 or 20 hours or so of Eric overheating in there would be pretty fun and chaos.
I would be hilarious
I think
by
you'd be
myself.
pretty
in
funny.
there.
I've seen
I'd
you
be just
late
like
night.
talking and being delirious and weird, and
We
yeah,
hit
it'd be
that
funny.
golden hour before.
It'd be
Yeah.
fun. But thank you for a merciful death, I suppose.
Yeah. So now, how are you going to wine and dine me? Would be important.
yeah,
part
I
of
mean, are
this
you going to
question.
dinner first, or are you guys going to
Yeah.
go straight to the alleyway?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I think it depends on what Chucho would consent to because that's important.
Wow.
And
Wow.
so it's good to have
Wow.
conversations, about that, and also to value his feelings.
A
And
class act.
I'm not being ironic.
So you want to marry Chucho too, basically.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I'm
it's-
hearing.
You're trying to wife him up with that
Yeah.
sort of loving
No,
and
no,
tender
no,
mentality.
we're married. No,
That's my
no,
man.
No.
We'll just have a family on the side.
I
I'm
have a
fine with being in that
stepchild
role.
now,
Yeah.
okay?
I'm gonna
Stepdad now,
I'm gonna
okay?
haunt
Don't tell
all of you. I'm gonna haunt you all forever.
I can't think of a more annoying ghost.
You know what? You could change the name of your show too. You could call it the Poltercast.
Wow.
I might as
There's a lot of
well
death.
just
There's a
go
lot of
right
death in
now.
Wow.
Eric would be haunting, in some
Yes.
podcasts, the Poltergeist. There you go. I had to
Wow.
explain it, I guess.
That's good. You didn't. You didn't. I was processing how good it was, and you ruined it with your explanation.
I
well-
like the difficulty of trying to get Eric on the podcast as a ghost. That would be,
Right.
Oh,
I
I
think
would
the
make
green
it.
screen would optimize part of you out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You can't try optimizing this out. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this face. Anyway, before we run out of time, I want to say, and Chucho usually does this, but I feel like I'm just more intelligent and I'm just like more appealing. And even though I have to die, I want to just say thank you so much for being a wonderful guest. We really enjoyed having you. You were super funny. Congratulations on the album. It's super fun.
Thank you for having me.
Handful of chips. When I get to your man, get a handful of chips. When I get to your man, get a handful.